Hola mi mejor amigos, I welcome you in this brand new channel about my CGI journey. Let's start with little introduction. I've been working as CGI artist for 5 years and I've been concept artist. Let me show you. First concept artist drawing these robots and then 3D modelers and game developers implement it in the game. Or for example, concept artist drawing these establishing location shot and then guys inside Unreal Engine recreate it in 3D space. Or for example, artists can do this kind of illustration for posters or promotional materials, whatever. Also concept artists can create concepts of creatures or of characters, and then 3D artists, texture artists, animators, all these guys implement these, whether it's game or movie or series. So I've been this kind of guy. For example, here you can see some props, or I don't know, shots like these, buildings, different variation, different kits, some sketches, maybe even some 3D creatures, some shots, even some animations. I've done a lot of different stuff during my career, but my career was so fucking average. It was so mediocre and weak. Oh my god, bro. It is painful for me to even remember my career as artist. It was so meh. It was just meh. And you know, the fact that I was doing this stuff for 5 years plus 3 years of learning, it tells that I kinda like this direction of work. But I think that concept art specifically isn't my thing really. I'm not talented in it. So now I wanted to switch my career a little bit. Completely, entirely. And I wanna try to switch into pre-visualization. If you don't know what it is, I personally don't exactly know what it is. It is something like this. Like before animation, before final models, before shooting on real cameras on set, artists do stuff like this, pre-visualization. Like you can see bad lighting, low poly models, but in my opinion this is where cinematography happens. Like try to ignore bad quality of lighting, of models, and just look at these shots, and you can see it is basically like the final movie. Like this stuff is already 80% of important decision making. After this, artists need to just spend like thousands of hours to finalize this. Or for example, let's look on this one, Gorilla vs Kong. Godzilla vs Kong. But you know, this is, as I understand, very high quality pre-visualization. It is way too good. It is company The Third Floor, and these guys, The Third Floor, they basically doing pre-visualization for all Hollywood blockbusters like Star Wars, Rings of Power, Godzilla vs Kong, Marvel, all this stuff. And yeah, I think it would be perfect to work with guys like this, like they're high tier professionals in this field. But there are a couple issues. First of all, I was a concept artist, so I'm not a 3D guy, you know, I worked in Blender, but it is very low level of knowledges. Like, you know, in pre-visualization you don't need to create final models and final textures, but anyway, mostly people come to this field from animation or from 3D, and I, as mostly 2D artist, will have to learn all of this stuff from mostly zero. You know, another issue, I am using Blender and all this movie production using Maya. And I had never opened Maya in my entire life. So if I want to work with these guys on real production, I need to learn Maya. Maya, bro, Maya. But anyway, let me show you what I'm starting with. So for beginning, I decided to recreate some scenes from Avatar, like, you know, exactly one-to-one, just pure copy, to really learn how to make cameras, to find approach to animations, because, you know, I'm barely able to animate something. I never used camera. So for beginning, I need to just copy something to understand. And for example, I think about this scene, you know, when Jake first riding an Ikran, but maybe it will be way too complex, I'm not sure about it. Oh, you can't see anything, shit. Or maybe, you know, this moment a little bit more calm and steady. Or maybe this shot from Avatar 2, one take, long shot. So what I have for beginning, very quickly I made this Navi babe. So as you can see, she's very shitty. Oh fuck. But I think it is like okay for pre-visualization. Okay, mostly okay. She has some basic rig from Rigify. How I've made her? I made her in Character Creator. Just like 1 hour, tweaking sliders. And I was trying to just match Navi proportions more or less. Like I didn't really have a purpose to recreate face and sculpt it in Blender and then re-upload in Character Creator. I think this is like good enough. So I added very shitty clothes. I need clothes which don't require simulation or animation, just some stuff. You know, I also added this tail, and first time in my life I used this dumped truck option. So it is like wee. The same stuff with, 1 second, I need to translate this word. Braid. It is called braid. Anyway, the same stuff with this braid, and also I did the same for hairs, and I think it will work fine for hairs on the wind. Like it's more than enough for Previs, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is our Navi babe. I think for second character I will just duplicate her and change hairs a little bit, maybe clothes. I don't want to recreate in Character Creator and then reattach these bones, nah. Then I made this ecran, nothing fancy at all, just in Blender, no ZBrush, no high poly. Made some pretty shitty textures, like pretty shitty textures, bro, pretty shitty. Like I don't know how to make UV unwrap and how to do retop, so unfortunately this is what I've got. You know, if I'll get feedback that this level of quality for 3D models is not enough, I will work on it. But you know, I wanna be a guy who is working with camera, animation, shots, maybe storyboards, maybe even animatics. You know, I hope I will be provided with models and textures. Please guys, please provide me with this stuff. Also, I've made some basic rig, just just there. And you know, I discovered this option dump truck bones and I'm using it everywhere. Maybe it's mistake, but now my ecran can do like this. Woohoo! Pretty cool, pretty cool. He can even open his mouth, bro, like, isn't it great? I think it's great. And you know, I created some setup. I hope it will work, I don't know. Her feet attached to this stuff, like on the reference. And her hands will be attached to these tentacles mostly. And also she is moving with ecran. So I think in the moment when she is making hand gesture or shooting the arrow, I will have to turn off these constraints, do actions and then reattach them. I hope it will be fine. So thanks to these constraints I can do something like this. And I think mostly my navis in the shot will behave like this. Like being stable and fixated on the Drake. So yes, then I will just duplicate this, change colors, change hairs for Navi, and then I'll try to repeat this stuff like you see, shot by shot, and we'll try to find right approach to this. And of course I need to keep it very simple to, for example, to change camera distance, to change lens, because of course I will not match it just from the first sight. So yeah bro, this is it. This is how I'm starting my Previs journey. And you know, of course I'm scared as fuck bro. Because you know, of course AI is coming, there's layoffs, and I'm in 2025 trying to enter a completely new field for me without deep background in 3D. So of course I'm like stressed as fuck bro. And you know, also I'm from Russia, so you know, all my career opportunities, all my like social dynamics, social lifts, they're divided by 5, by 10. So yeah, I hope my YouTube channels will help me somehow, at least to, you know, to integrate into English language, English mindset, corporate stuff. Maybe I'll meet some people from industry, maybe I'll get some good advices. And also, you know, my first experience in animation started with course by Eric. I will not even try to pronounce his name, sorry man, This guy is awesome. He has this course, animation in Blender Alive. This one, you see, Alive, and it is great course. Like, after spending 2 days working on this course, I already was able to take some very simple animation task on my previous job. And to be honest, it would be nice to first complete this course entirely, even if I will not use Blender, if I will switch to Maya, at least to get full understanding what animation is, like to learn all constraints, all basic functions. But to be honest, I feel so lazy and I wanna jump to action, like to battle, bro. My anxiety is way too deep to just sit and complete course. If everything will go too tough and difficult with my avatar Previs, I will first visit this course, upgrade my animation a little bit, and then we'll come back. But anyway, first I will try to do it as it is. I think I will be able to do it. Alright, bro, stay tuned. Subscribe if you want to see my journey. If you have friends who know about Previs or about Maya, about Blender, please invite this friend to this channel. Maybe he'll give me some advices. Alright, bro, see you.